Hey y'all, welcome to Heaven's Perspective. My name is Kaylani, and I do have some storytelling to tell you today. So sorry, my cats are making some noise. But yeah, I think this is like one of my first videos. I'm gonna be posting a few more, but regardless, I am kind of new to this, but not new to my spiritual gifts and wisdom that I have for you guys. As you saw before, if you didn't see my intro, I recommend looking at my intro just because it tells you a little bit more about myself, what I've experienced, why I'm doing this in general. But yeah, for today, whether I'm tapping in for the energies of today or the time being, or wisdom of the day, or just in general of just simply guiding you guys towards your inner self, I got something for you today. So I don't know if y'all are major observers, since I kind of had to deal with a lot in life, and as well as just being sensitive pretty much like my whole life. I've been like an observer most of the times, or at least very observant of things that are occurring. I guess I can also just pick up on energies very well that to that point, you know, it kind of forces me to have to observe. So I don't know if it goes for the same for you guys. But yeah, in general, again, being able to see energies, feel people, understand what's going on. I actually have a notebook of experiences that I go through in life where like I learn a lesson and see people's energies, reactions, all that, like studying life literally, kind of like psychology with, you know, the mind, and I guess science with experimental things, you know. Yeah, so pretty much what happened today is I just honestly I went on a trip into the forest where there's a sauna, which I went to and I already posted on my Instagram. It was really cool, a really cool place that you only pay like $20 to go go in a sauna and dip in a cold plunge, and then it's like for the community though, that's why it's cheap. So there's like 8 people max. The first time I went, it was a smaller bunch, but this time I went and there was like a group of girls, and I mean, it was really great. Like I didn't mind. I think if y'all saw my video before, I've always been around a group of girls a lot just because of soccer, so it was like pretty common, but since being an adult, it's a little bit different. I've been more friends with my lover or ex-lover, or just like, you know, with my family, my sister that I have. But yeah, in general, I don't really have like a lot of girlfriends. So when I went in that group, they were very welcoming. It felt very great. The energies were amazing. Honestly, like even my spirits were up and I felt great. And honestly, there's like pros and cons to what I've learned about the energies in general that maybe could help people understand femininity, and even myself too. The only reason why I bring it up in this way, in Heaven's Perspective, is that, you know, you got to know both sides. You know, I call it, it's called PTR. You gotta, in Heaven's Perspective, you got to understand the positivity, the truth, and the reality. So to me, that kind of stirs up what Heaven's perspective is. To be in heaven, you know, you gotta be positive first of all. You gotta be truthful or true to yourself, and then R is for realness. There has to be realness in there, you know. So anyways, being a little bit like pretty much tomboyish, you know, my whole life and raised that way. It doesn't like really make a issue, but there was like a, you know, different ages from younger to older there, and different backgrounds and all that sorts, and it was actually pretty cool. Like, no one judged each other. Honestly, we were all cold plunging and we were all cheering each other on, which was awesome because I've never had that much like support in a while. So but here's the thing, is like there was what I learned is that like femininity is very strong. Pros and cons about it, you know. The pros about it was that as a group of all of us, we all supported each other. To be honest, we all ended up bonding and making, like, it was relaxing, making the best out of it. There's like no drama. We all wanted the same thing, you know. And so everyone was supporting each other and bonding through that, and it kind of felt like not territorial, but like there's some type of protection and energy there, and it was really cool. And it was great because like I haven't been in that energy in a while, so it felt like powerful, you know. And I didn't realize how much being around femininity and women, or just a group of girls of all in different, in general, ages, sizes, and you know, racial backgrounds and all that stuff, like it's just, you know, amazing. But the cons about it was that like the more and more that I was there, since I was like kind of solo, there's a lot who like came together with their friends or their mom or just alone too. It was kind of interesting. Like, as I mentioned again, I see energies. So the energies I was feeling, because my social battery, like for me, when I'm like a cat, like the moment I go out and I'm doing my things, if I have someone who's giving me like energy to boost me, it's gonna be like a fucking party, you know. But if it's just like, you know, a lot of energy consumption of like doing things too much, it's just like, okay, well, I need to go home and stay cubby, relax and sleep and recharge. And it also just depends on people who you hang out with, right? Like for me, I'm just unfortunately very much like that. But yeah, I realized like the cons, unfortunately, and that's just how it is. I didn't realize how much like energy like you need to use, especially in a group of women or girls or whatever. There's a lot of feminine energy that like we need attention a lot, you know. I want attention, I love attention, you know. But in general, like it's just like, holy crap, like it was just a lot for me to be like, damn, like there's just a lot of energy that was needed. So after that, I did feel a little bit like my social battery ended, and I didn't want to feel like I was just boring, or just, you know, in general, just like trying to ignore them, which I was just relaxing. I looked like I was not having a good time, just like I just needed to, you know, be there. Which there's moments and times we had breaks and there's no talking, but you know what I mean. And then the other con was just that like I started to realize what women do, and women need to understand this. Girls and women, I think women understand it. I think girls need to understand this too, but sometimes it just gets a little rough. I just kind of from kind of my experience of almost a near-death experience, and just getting that very vivid intuition now, or just like being able to see energies even more. I never picked this up before, but it just makes more sense. Like when you're in with a group of girls or women and you have best friends who you've been with for a while, yes, like you get comfortable, you get used to each other. Whether you know them for so long, for years, for a couple of years, for months, or just whatever, when you hang out with a group of girls or women for a long time or a while, there tends to be comparison. And I could feel energies coming out of comparison. And I'm like thinking, fuck, like no, we're all trying to relax, we're all trying to be happy. And you know what, it's not like they were like, or me, we were all trying to compare each other, but you know what, like, we all want to feel beautiful and be happy, but unfortunately we're all different shapes and sizes, you know. For me, I wish I could be more feminine, but I grew up this way, and I'm unfortunately just the way I am, and I'm slightly more masculine than feminine. And also it sucks because I'm straight, and I, you know, want to come out as being more feminine for my future guy partner, but anyways, like, that's how I feel. I can only imagine how they feel too. Like, everyone was feeling a different way, you know, like, you know, someone wants bigger boobs, someone doesn't want bigger boobs, someone wants an ass, someone doesn't want it, like, you know, or I don't know, be more muscular, be more slender, be more thick, you know. So it's just like, or younger. So it's just, there's like a battle of all of that, and it's just a lot of pressures that women have to deal with. It's intense, you know. So I understand that, but I felt that energy out, and you know, it can't be helped, because, or it can't be like, what's the saying, just like, you just can't, like, unfortunately, just not have that happen. It's just there, you know. And unfortunately, when you're hanging out around with someone, especially women, for so long, even though you do, and like, for example, if you do end up having a best friend and then doing that, there's some, eventually that bumps heads, but that's when, like, you, or it, there's a time and space when you start to compare each other, and it's good to an extent, but also not. And that's when I think femininity needs to understand how powerful that could be, where we need to you know, understand that we're actually doing that, dealing with that. I don't think psychology even teaches that, because it's just energies. You see those energies, like, even me, like, you know, even though I'm not that feminine compared to like other women, like, I just see it, so I can understand it more. But anyways, like, it just sucks. Like, I wish that we all knew that we're all beautiful, but it's also, I just think it's in our biology in a way. I don't know. I kind of want to like study that a little bit more. But I just wanted to tell you that, guys, about that. Like, that's what I experienced and shared, or experienced and understood, and what I felt with the lesson. Like, life is all about lessons and just experiencing stuff, right? But especially with what I can see, you know, compared to different levels of what people are seeing right now. Like, I just wanted to share that. Like, maybe it's gonna help, you know, women and just all of us understand femininity to an extent where, you know, there's so much pros and so much both. Like, there's both sides. Heaven's perspective, understanding the positive, but also the trueness in between, and the realness, which to me, like, you know, the negative, the cons is realness. So there you go. Like, that is pretty much my wisdom of the day. And just knowing that femininity, us women, girls, females, all need to work together on just understanding that femininity could be so strong in groups. We could help each other, you know, strive and collectively bond together and help each other grow. And it's beautiful, whatever, you know, layer of space that you're in. I'm just meaning, like, you know, whether you're whatever, the way that you look, the way who you are, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I just don't want to go too deep in that. But yeah, and honestly, it was a great experience to understand and see it. I was tired, just because I usually am like that, but I got to see a dog, or 2 dogs and 2 cats. It was cool. But yeah, I hope that that helped in general to understand, at least like femininity more, and that hopefully we, not only understand the yin or the yang, but also the yin, and that, if we just go within ourselves again, which is the whole point of my channel, is Heaven's Perspective, is guidance towards your inner self. Excuse me, yeah. Guidance towards your inner self. We'll be able to finally chime in to, for me, to God and our true selves, and yeah. Hopefully that helped for the first channeling wisdom experience of the day. Anyways, I'll see you guys. Probably gonna have better videos, but for now, it's just gonna be this way. So I hope y'all have a good day. Oh, I forgot to. I just wanted to add a little part of, since we were talking about, or I was talking about femininity, pulling out a card for maybe what we need to know for this time being. Usually I like to call upon Saint Michael to protect this reading. Guides, please come through. Higher self, please come within. And God, please be present for the highest good and the highest answers. Where Isis? She's right here. Bruh. Bruh, bruh. Oh, this one wants to come out. Oh shit. Okay. Well, we got number 10, Maeve. Ooh, oh my gosh, look at her. Damn. Anyways, I'll read it. Bruh. I'm a little bit of a character with my sound effects and all that stuff. I'm a Leo, as you could tell, but also Scorpio moon, Leo rising. Just for heads up if y'all wanted to know. But yeah, Oregon kind of got me like in my Scorpio side, which I don't like. I used to live in Vegas, but that place just really fucking, a lot of my friends still live there because I was, raised there, but yeah, pros and cons. Anyways, so the message for that is truce. Maeve speaks. I have come to tell you that truce are important, both with other people and with yourself. The time has come to reconcile, to focus on similarities. Leave the differences for a more suitable time. That's literally what I experienced today with the energies for the feminine energies. Like, this is fucking crazy. This is why I love doing this shit. Anyways, the message is not done. The union of opposites seemed unlikely before. Now it will be a powerful source of energy, which will bring more maturity and opportunities to your life. Maeve advises us to put aside differences that are hindering our evolution. It could be a disagreement with a family member, a friend, someone at work, or even conflicting ideas that are clouding your decisions. If this conflict is causing harm, it is a sign that we need to find common ground between opposing forces. In the tales of Irish mythology, the goddess Maeve was a queen who held fascination among her devotees. devotees. I don't know how to fucking say it. You know what I mean. She had a sensual, exuberant side, and she wasn't intimidated by her partners. Maeve was a warrior, endowed with great strength and beauty, and possessed an extremely skillful and strategic mind. What did I say? Okay, anyways, I'm done. Peace.